bring it home.
Here we go, friends. Grand Finals, Community Effort Orlando 2025. Let's get it.
Okay, starting on Town and City, I feel like we haven't seen any Town and City this entire top 8 bracket.
Yeah, I guess we maybe have seen it. Maybe. I don't even think we've seen it. You're right.
I'm interested to see why we're here. I have to say that it's probably ApolloKage's pick. Onin decided to leave it open, which is interesting, but you usually don't want to because you only can really farm wood, which isn't as strong as stone, which is a little bit more annoying to deal with. But right now,
wow.
And you don't also get those kills off the top because of the tall ceilings of Town and City.
You really got to work for it here. And of course, Onin making ApolloKage work for it right here in a big way. Okay, gold on deck. Oh my God, get anvils. Crazy sentence.
With how long this stage is, you really wouldn't think so because Onin is just on top of ApolloKage like they're sitting in a phone booth together.
Okay. Backing off here ever so slightly. And you're giving Onin a lot more real estate here just to kind of disengage and really get their tools in order. Same could also be said, though, for ApolloKage. I mean, it's nothing for ApolloKage to roll to the other side of the screen and just start dropping bombs and tossing them.
Nothing happening. You see a smash attack being charged at ledge, you get up attack. That's the Taylor's oldest time.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay.
C4 in the center of the stage. That's where Onin's landing. Oh, okay. Nothing doing.
Up smash will kill you at this point, okay. Oh, my God.
Founds it. Okay.
I'm not afraid.
Tried to read the roll in. Unfortunately, the roll out keeps Onin a little bit safer.
Ugh. Oh, my God.
Oh, my. Okay. All right. Fancy with the Nikita, but nothing doing. Onin gets another lease on life and is using it to mine.
And this is really good. That should be a KO, yeah. And this is looking really good here for ApolloKage, just cooking the grenades ever so slightly before you throw them. That way you don't run the risk of Onin catching them and tossing them back to you. So clean stuff. Onin, though, still with the strong lead, forcing ApolloKage a little bit out of their element, having to approach now. And the legs. He got legs for days.
The legs. Man, you're talking about ApolloKage CQC, and something we've seen all top 8 is ApolloKage CQC in the air, too. Using those legs to full effect.
Okay. Gonna let it explode.
No. Yeah, you just walk right away from that grenade. Let ApolloKage back. You don't need him to be off stage.
No, you don't. Oh, the roll? Where are we going? Oh my God, yes. Kind of pushing between a rock and a hard spot. Rolled in, trying to avoid the cart just to get eaten up by the anvil, and there's back air. Right side of the screen is looking strong right now.
Starting to see why Onin left this stage open. Seems to be very comfortable with working on the length of it and working with the side platforms too for their own safety.
Yeah, platforms are really weird in a matchup like this. They can be like your biggest friend, but they can also be your worst enemy too. Sometimes they give off that false sense of security that it's okay to land here. A lot of characters have moves that will just linger through those platforms. You got to be careful.
Covering high, dropping down low, C4 on the ground. The grenade does not combo into the up air. Onin's alive, 100% though. Waited for the air dodge, but that's not going to connect. The Nikita getting it back to safety, but they just don't have enough resources. They didn't have minecart. They didn't have anything to keep them safe. They Elytra'd back in, and the hitbox of Elytra doesn't quite connect with ApolloKage, and just right in front.
God damn, yeah, and I love the fake out too on the Nikita, forcing a high recovery, but it just still was not enough. The air dodge, nearly escaping danger. Onin is on you right now, and then was that your own grenade?
It was your own grenade.
Hitting him at the right moment and enough knockback hit stun where they were not able to, I think Z dropped a grenade there in time.
No, that's tough. You were in hit stun for so long that you didn't get any opportunity to get rid of the grenade either by throwing it or by Z-dropping it. And usually it'd be okay if it exploded just a little bit sooner, and it might have actually saved you in some regards from going super far off stage. But unfortunately in that moment, it hit at just the right time to confirm the kill for Onin. Onin is up a game, feeling good.
As you should. I mean, you're warmed up, you're ready to go. Obviously, you've been in the hot seat for a while. ApolloKage, I mean, maybe they were warming up off to the side, not entirely sure, but you've had a little bit of time to cool off here. Onin right now on another level of play. Back on Town and City, interesting.
Okay, no, Smashville actually.
Smashville,
that's another interesting choice. These are usually stages you don't see Steve opt into, but for whatever reason, Onin has figured out some different special sauce. You don't need the strong stone blocks or the strong stone tools whenever you're able to get your opponent off stage in mine super effectively. So I guess we are choosing to leave this very small stage open.
When also you got the luxury of KOing just a little earlier off the top as well. which is something that, again, ApolloKage and Onin both alike, you know, not unfamiliar with at all. Back here that time. Upper not quite able to get it done. Up smash force you to stay on that top block.
Okay, resetting a little bit, just planking onto the platform, using the grenades, planting the C4 in a very dangerous spot. Onin's got to get to the other side of the stage.
Oh, no back air. B-reverse on the neutral special.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, toss out the up smash, expecting ApolloKage to B-reverse grenade on top of them, but unfortunately not the case. ApolloKage punishes accordingly.
You know, I guess I never realized like how long of an animation up smash is on Steve. Like, you're definitely in it for a while, because usually when I see it land, it's always hitting the opponent, or you're holding shield.
Fair.
But wow, that was enough time for, you know, ApolloKage to leave the top platform and then sneak in and up tilt. Crazy. Put that Amdol up. Big
damage right there. ApolloKage racking on some more before losing the stock. That actually saved him, I think, by not getting hit by the up throw. Up throw that time, untechable. Bounce, 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 bounce into a forward smash at ApolloKage, even laughing about that one.
It's silly. It's wacky. Okay, crafting table almost where we need it to be right now. Yeah, get pickaxe.
Scramble situation goes in the favor of the person with the grenade in hand, of course. Onin, though, trading it right back.
Nice, and I like this too. I mean, again, Onin understanding that there are moments where ApolloKage can really disengage at a disadvantage and just fly to the top of the screen, building up the blocks just to send that message. I will come up here to try to catch you. You are not safe. Okay.
There's no issue chasing high, and no issue swatting ApolloKage out of the air, especially with those disjointed options. You don't blow up the grenades, so you're not actually in danger of getting reversal. But oh my God, you are. Yeah, you are, because ApolloKage is ready to up tilt any missed option.
Okay. Here we go. Air dodge. No, actually just landing as safely as they think they can.
Okay.
No B reverse, no air dodge at all, but not the biggest punish in the world here from Onin. Okay.
I like that idea of air dodging to the block to keep yourself alive, but I think Onin actually was just so aware that that was potentially what ApolloKage was looking for, and hard reads it to respond accordingly.
Chunky size read indeed. Oh yeah, get off that Cypher.
Really tried to swat far, but waiting until you get to the center works just as well.
And just reinforcing that ideology I had before of just like how fearless Onin is when it comes to chasing ApolloKage down. In all fairness, not very many characters can go to the areas that, you know, ApolloKage is when it comes to Cypher, but, you know, Steve is certainly one of them. You know, on stage where the blocks are above stage, excuse me, and then of course off stage as well. Onin on the verge of a reset right here on ApolloKage's side. More liquids to be chugged up there too. Now we're drinking back to water. We're back on water again.
Keep yourself hydrated. Everybody keep yourself hydrated out there, especially if you're out in the protests this weekend. Make sure that you are staying hydrated, and we are proud of you.
Yes.
Keeping into this bracket right now, like you said, Onin looking for a reset, one game away from it. This is not the exact same as we saw in their earlier set in this bracket, though it did go 3-2.
Yeah, it did. It definitely went down to the 11th hour. Onin not quite able to clutch up as well. Uh-oh, what's going on up here? Okay.
He's just fixing himself up.
All right. Headphones on deck. What's the next stage going to be? Pokemon
PS2.
Stadium too.
This is so crazy. None of these stages are the ones you would expect to see for Steve. I mean, Pokemon Stadium 2 Steve wants, but he doesn't usually get. And then Smashville and Town and City are usually the ones that Steve doesn't want and bans.
And ends up banning them. And we've ended up there a few times in their bouts. Here we go.
ApolloKage has chosen to come to PS2 after understanding the wood stages are not working out. Let me go to my comfort pick stage.
Right. Everybody, well, I ain't gonna say everybody's, but a lot of people's comfort pick is Pokemon Stadium. Oh my, what on earth is Onin doing?
Setting up some real goofy Warner Brothers-esque traps right now.
Onin said, look, we're going to another set. I don't know what you've been told, but we're going to another set.
This is not looking close at all. I'm not sure what happened. With Onin, I don't even want to say ApolloKage. ApolloKage is playing just as normal as before, but Onin has found all of the weaves, all of the interlopings to find a way in.
No, Onin's activated, sentient, self-aware right now. Said it's time to turn it up to 11. Okay. Eats the Cypher, or C4, excuse me. Oh, and then trying to sneak into up tilt in the midst of the chaos. Yeah.
Disadvantage is too difficult, and like we've talked about many a time before, one iron is all that Onin had, one iron is all that Onin needed. Going up 2 stocks, prime for a reset.
I'm just a little worried here that even though Onin is pushing the envelope as well as they are, you know, you don't want you to run out of steam just yet. You definitely want to pace yourself versus Snakes. Okay.
Smash right there, not connecting. Okay.
Yeah, back here, I'm coming back through. I ain't done.
Fighting back. Grab misses.
Okay, I think we're at that point. Oh my God, I was going to say, I think we're at that point where we can see down throw up till it don't even matter at this point. Friends out there in the Twitch world, welcome to set number 2 here at CO2 1025. That last set was a blur.
So fast, so unbelievably fast. You would think that their first set didn't go game 5. You would think that ApolloKage did not just have 2 big wins on Onin this year in that last bracket set and back earlier in Afterburner back in January. Onin looks like they've got this matchup figured out left and right.
AK, if I'm you, listen. And listen carefully.
It is the ultimate grand final rest.
I'm icing. Listen, I am cooling you off. Got the AC running. Got the fan in the room, everything. I am cooling you off. You are bugging. You think we about to jump right into another set after that? No. I'm sorry, production. I'm cooling them off.
I wasn't making fun of production. That is the ultimate grand final rest. They needed a moment. They needed reprieve.
Yeah.
So they were taking a rest, but there ain't no rest for the wicked.
Nope.
And ApolloKage has got to find some sort of wicked return.
Right.
0-0. Losers on both of them. Heading back to Town and City. Rinse and repeat, we're starting over. This is just how set 1 of Grands went.
Here we go, friends. Next game is here. Next set is here, more importantly. I got to see some adjustments here on ApolloKage's side, and I got to see them fast.
Pulling out grenades, hugging the corner. Okay. And back to the tossing. This is what we saw in their first set a lot more, is Onin just walling out and eating grenades. But the thing that Onin did in the first side of Grand Finals is that they did not just accept eating grenades so that they could farm resources. They farmed the necessary resources, and then they fought. They fought their way back, and that's exactly what's happening.
And I got to give it to ApolloKage. I feel like they just got so much more off of the grenades the first time that they played. Again, being able to, it's almost a skills test, just throwing grenade through the blocks. I mean, that right there was some that was some smooth gameplay for sure, but unfortunately enough has found themselves on the second side here at Grand Finals, and it's starting off in a big way here for Onin. Gets the back air. This is not a good spot here for ApolloKage. I need to see an adjustment in quick. Okay, hugging that C4 here just a little bit more carefully.
Onin fighting, pressuring ApolloKage into the corner, forcing him to make bad decisions to get out of the corner, and then Onin finds a combo. Onin finds continuation. Onin finds more and more on this stock advantage.
Uh-oh, up tilt. Okay, not quite able to drop shield in time there, and for good reason. Okay, not going to be able to get the early KOs off the top.
That's crazy. That's crazy,
wow.
Rod. That's crazy. He lands on the wooden blocks, misses the tech, and then Onin comes up top, knowing that the block is going to disappear, and hits the up smash. This kid is a legend.
Oh my God, just on another level of living right here. Seeing the game differently for sure. Okay.
They're top going so crazy right now. The anvil landing on the block again. Onin, what are you doing? What are you doing to this man? He's landing on your blocks, and you're setting it up for him like he has to land there.
No
like
way.
It's a landing pad that he's forced to go to, and you're prepared every time?
Force him to walk this road, and it wasn't a lonely one. I'm right here with you, my friend. Eat this anvil.
Whoever says you can't get hype about Steve is not watching the set. You haven't watched Onin. This is insane.
Onin a different level of play right here. Next game's upon us. ApolloKage appears to be pulled all the way off. This is unfortunate. Got to see a turnaround here and quick.
I feel like I've read this book before, Rod. We're now on Smashville Game 2 after Town and City lost Game 1.
Yeah, this is a very familiar movie, a song that we have heard a million times. Okay.
Some fighting. It's close quarters combat. Can ApolloKage find the special sauce that makes him so good at close quarters combat? Because Onin has, like we said, been fighting, has not been walling out and just mining. It's just getting the resources you need, and then nothing but fights after that.
I mean, again, just kind of getting outbuttoned, but I think it's more of the moments when ApolloKage wants to go for the CQC versus just throwing it out willy-nilly. If I'm CQCing the whole game, I'm probably in some trouble here. There's a good chance that, Steve is going to get the right combination of tools to beat me. But if I can control the narrative of the match, if I can condition you with these projectiles and then force you to CQC, then I'm in a better position.
ApolloKage
not walking into that.
ApolloKage and Onin, some time ago, I believe earlier this year, or maybe the end of last year, had a brief conversation on Twitter where ApolloKage had posted a tier or a matchup chart for Snake, saying that Steve is a winning matchup for Snake. And Onin responds and says, no, it's even. Onin's making it look more than even right now, but they might be settling the discussion once and for all.
I think so. Yeah, it's looking anything but even. I mean, I'm being gracious at 60-40 for sure.
Oh.
Maybe it's just a player thing. I don't know. Onin looking really good. Nice. Parries the down. Oh, my God.
This is over. I mean, I don't know how you come back from this mentally, physically, emotionally if you're ApolloKage. Onin is reading you, eating you, and doing everything possible to close you out.
Yeah, Onin is just another level play right here, but wait a minute. I ain't done just yet. Oh, my.
Rod, I'm so
no.
sorry. That's the funniest thing that I've seen.
No.
It might just be over. It might yet just be over.
Oh,
Onin up a
man.
full stock, getting a combo, continuing onto ApolloKage, pressing the attack, not afraid, reversing situations. ApolloKage can't hold an advantage state for longer than 2 seconds.
Okay. Okay, has everything online. Nice. Jumping over the cart. Onin looking for the immediate follow-up afterwards. I know if you jump over the cart, I should be able to hit you with forward air or back air. Back air's going to get it done, and you knew you were dead because Snake is a heavy character. Jesus.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed. Man possessed right now.
Jeez.
Onin going crazy. They
define gravities as something has changed within me. Something is not the same. Onin, they're looking good.
They're looking so
unbelievably
good. They're doing stuff I've never seen before on Steve. And I feel like I've watched so much Steve that shouldn't be possible. And we're doing that in grand finals of a high-stakes tournament.
Not like this.
They're crazy.
Alrighty, potential final game here. Grand Finals reset, CEO 2025. If there was ever a time for ApolloKage to lock in, dang it, it's now. Okay.
Figure something out. AK
Get stomped.
starting with a tiny bit of a lead, not letting Onin get the initial resources, saying, I'm not actually going to toss grenades over your wall because you're still going to get the resources you need. I'll fight tooth and nail to make sure you don't get diamond.
There you go.
That's a good adaptation.
Just staying just close enough, just letting my projectiles, set the tone of the match well enough, and also in conjunction with me playing just close enough to try to do a little bit of something here. I mean, we've allowed Steve very early on to get the right set of tools in mind. I just feel like we're disengaging maybe just a little too much.
Swinging from underneath the platform. Onin is having no issues. Did wind up getting the resources they want, but they didn't have any iron to get themselves out of disadvantage. That's the one thing that you definitely would have wanted in ApolloKage with a stock lead for the first time this set.
Okay. Get that out of here.
Swatting, swatting, swatting. Some iron in the back pocket.
Oh my God.
Okay. Trading with the grenade. This is okay. This is Snake's bread and butter, but unfortunately, about a frame away from snapping to ledge. Gets caught.
I mean, I'm talking pure pixels away. You were right there. Okay, but we're still in it though. 10% differential, standing jab. And yes, I'm coming through with this Nair. The Nair machine, that is ApolloKage.
Going high, using all the blocks in the world to stay above. Don't want to let ApolloKage get to center too easily.
Okay, get off the platform. You definitely don't want to be above ApolloKage. Showing a lot of promise with that up tilt, and even more promise with the anvil.
Just the tiniest bit of damage on that shield means the second part of anvil likely poked through, or possibly he dropped and rolled away at an improper time. But either way, going down the stock after you had a lead is really, really unfortunate. ApolloKage now in dire straits once again on potentially the tournament stock for the entire tournament, not just for himself. How does he keep himself alive? How does he push to a Game 4, let alone a Game 5 after Onin's treachery?
Oh, we gotta see a change up, but we gotta see it quick. No throw. Up tilt, no. Okay, hold on, we're still in it.
Last stock, Game 3, Onin up 2-0.
Okay, projectile system not quite able to help you. Grenade in hand, so you can't down air twice.
Iron in the pocket, diamond in the hand.
Damn.
Anvil comes down, C4 just narrowly misses.
Okay.
Onin swinging, finds the swing, finds the good one, but that kill spark isn't going to quite actually be true.
Oh, no! A crazy finish right there on Onin's behalf, and there you have it. Your CEO 2025 Smash Ultimate Singles Champion, hailing from Michigan. Give it up for Onin.
Unbelievably deserved. Popping off, rightfully so. After a devastating 5-game loss against ApolloKage in the winners semifinals, coming back to the grand finals, slogging it through the gauntlet that was losers to make it back to ApolloKage and not just fight their way back to the victory, but decimate.
Yeah, I mean, that was wow. Onin on another level of play for sure. I mean, just to go through the mental shift, just to see that in real time, I think is something certainly worth studying. I mean, Onin, obviously no stranger to Game 5s. It happens to the best of us. But then to do what you did in grand finals, that right there is absolute insanity. Wow. Spectacular performance right there on it. And again, no matter how you spin it, a W for the Midwest all across the board.
Absolutely, yes. We love to see Midwest Grand Finals, Midwest on commentary. Midwest is on top of you guys down here in Orlando, Florida for CEO 2025. My God, what a tournament.
It was. I mean, this has been a phenomenal experience for sure. I mean, the 15th anniversary of CEO. I've been here since 2017, and to think that there is a history of CEO that even predates me, and I'm old as hell, that's saying a lot right here, man. 15 years of excellence. Big shout out, of course, to Jabali and the team for putting on another spectacular show. Orlando proper this time here, friends. That's right. I love Daytona for what it was, but it's good to be back in Daytona, or back in Orlando, excuse me.
Wonderful, beautiful city. We've been having such an excellent time in this awesome venue as well. Food is amazing, stages are glorious, production quality is top tier, everything that you would hope and expect from a Jabali event. And I'm so happy that this was my first CEO experience.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're able to make it. I mean, this right here is a coveted CEO. I mean, they're all great, but I mean, to be at the 15th anniversary, I think really says a lot. And I'm glad we're able to get new faces on the mic, get new people in production coming down here to work. All the games too, working in tandem has been great. I'm looking at Brawlhalla right in front of me. Their stage, of course, nothing short of phenomenal. And of course, all the other games on the backside of us as well too. Street Fighter, Tekken, you name it. You have a home here as CEO. If you have a fighting game, pitch it to Jabali. We can find space to get it ran, trust me.
Definitely, I would love to see more representation of any and all fighting games in this scene here at CEO and across all FGC events. I know we've got even the newest stuff that's been coming out. Rivals of Aether 2 has a beautiful big bracket here as well. So if you are a newcomer on the scene with your FGC event, Jabali's got a hookup for you.
He does. I'd like to be the fighting game classic as well too. I mean, I've seen tournaments ran in hallways, tournaments ran in hotel rooms. I mean, look, you got a tournament you're trying to run, we can get it done here in Florida.
We got community events too over in Jabali World.
We do.
Jabali World in Orlando, Jabali Land everywhere else. But there's been a lot of side brackets being run for anything that we couldn't get a main stage for. There's always room at a Jabali event.
And that's always been a lot of fun to work with. I mean, I was there when we first started that whole thing off, man. Big shout out, of course, to Duo Studios for leading the ship on that. And we've had Street Fighter 3. Ultra Street Fighter 4, Virtua Fighter 5, we had Melty. We had all sorts of stuff ran over there. Sonic Fighters, you name it. I mean, we had top 8s, top 4s. We even had full brackets throughout the course of the weekend. This is your one-stop shop for fighting game excellency here, and it's been in Orlando, Florida, and I've had a phenomenal time from the very jump.
This has been excellent. We had so many awesome moments that happened in the Smash Ultimate bracket as well. Just so many clippable moments I'm sure you're going to see floating around every piece of social media, from the incredible recovery option that we saw from ApolloKage against Cola, to Cola's timeout of Lima, to a lot of the stuff that happened earlier in bracket, massive upsets like Raru over Omega.
Yeah.
I mean, the moments, this can definitely be an event defined by moments.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it's those moments that really make or break most events, and CEO just definitely knows how to rise to the occasion every time. I mean, I've been here a while. I've seen players come and go for sure. But one thing's for sure, there's always a home for you here down in Florida, here at CEO. Again, just to see what the players have done here throughout the course of the weekend has been nothing short of great. Doubles was great. Singles, of course, were great. Melee was great, too.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we, of course, had the narrative there, H-Box and the controller, Wiz Robe in grand finals. I mean, I couldn't think of a better way to close out Melee.
No, it was, like, just such a gorgeous moment, not only in Melee, but the transition into Ultimate and then keeping the ball rolling.
Yeah.
It's not like we ever stopped on momentum, especially here on VG Bootcamp. We did not stop the momentum at all. It was high octane from start to finish of Melee all the way through the end of Ultimate.
It really was. I mean, this is just really a home for fighters of all shapes and sizes, but also more platform fighters coming through in a big way. Both Melee and Ultimate, Rivals of Aether 2, and then of course Brawlhalla. I mean, We got homes everywhere here, French. Just got to show up and, most importantly, show out. We got you covered down here. It's been a phenomenal time, and I believe we're getting ready to throw it over to our award ceremony here. Production still, of course, gathering players on the big stage. As you know, Smashers can't sit still. You know, win or lose, they're going to figure out a way to, you know, try to scurry away restroom, food, merch booth, you name it. But Production's on it. We're getting them locked in.
Yeah, we're getting our top 8 onto the stage to give them the flowers they deserve. But what an amazing crowd we've had as well. If you had seen the crowds of people hanging around for Melee and for Ultimate around our small stage here on the side at CEO, you would be wondering just how there isn't more room. There are so many people that are so interested in watching fighting games, and especially the Smash scene as well, that you could be one of them. If you're watching from home, please come out, enjoy the community.
Yeah, leave the Twitch world. I mean, we love the Twitch viewers.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
It's hard for us to have jobs without you guys, but leave the internet world. Leave the URL and join us in the IRL. Come kick it with us, okay?
That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, again, I love it, but CEO, it can always be bigger. You know, I mean, I think this was our biggest year, the 15th anniversary, and guess what? The goal is to get even bigger. I'd like to see CEO be the first 4-day major.
Oh, yes.
First 5-day major. Let's make it a whole week of CEO. I'm here. I'm down. I can't eat Wawa for 5 days. I'm sold.
Oh, yeah, I need to make it out to a Wawa still.
Yes, definitely do yourself a favor.
I have myself, like, the other big name, you know, moments like Buc-ee's, for example. Love it, but I've heard the debate between Buc-ee's and Wawa, and I feel like I need to experience it
Wawa
myself.
for sure. I have Buc-ee's in the middle. It's definitely Wawa.
Okay.
Free.
Just the food or just the whole experience?
The whole experience. You know, it's a religious
wow.
experience for sure. It's definitely Wawa, no doubt. No doubt about that, of course. Yeah, we need that CEO Wawa partnership here pretty soon. Okay?
Noted.
Wawa coming soon, bro.
That would be sick.
That's
That would actually be the best crossover possible. I think then we're in 4-day major territory, I think.
Sign me up. Yeah, and also, just again, big shout out, of course, to all the viewers out there in the audience and, of course, in the Twitch chat. Again, no matter what part of the tournament it is, you know, whether it's the beginning, middle, or the end, use that hashtag CEO2025 and just let the world know how you're feeling about what you've seen here throughout the course of the weekend. Join the conversation. A lot of great people in the gaming space come together in unison to do what we did here throughout the course of this weekend, okay? And we could not have done it without you. And, of course, we wouldn't have anything to commentate without these wonderful players on stage. Let's go ahead and toss it up to the stage here.
We have our top 8 -1 lined up on the stage here as we hand out the awards. We're going to go 7th place is going to go to Toon, coming all the way from Chile.
Clap it up for Toon. Clap it up. Your hands work. I've seen y'all hold controllers. Clap it up.
From Florida, we have Karu.
The lone Floridian in his top 8, and the Belmont play was crisp.
In 5th place, we have Mugen, a.k.a. Hyper Kirby from Atlanta.
That's right. Black boy Roy Joy. I'm here.
Another 5th place finish is Lima from Texas.
Clap it up. Best Bayo in the business. Always exciting to watch.
New kid on the block, Ploopy, coming from Kansas.
Ploopy. We talked about this, Ploopy. It's good to see you up here.
We've got 3rd place is Cola, who is not here. Of course, he bailed. 2nd place, we have ApolloKage coming from St. Louis.
Clap it up for the St. Lunatic. It was crazy.
And your 1st place finisher, Onin.
Clap it up. Midwest on top, no matter which way you spin it. This was a phenomenal show here at CEO 2025. It's so good to still be here after all these years. And I just can't wait to see what 2026 is going to bring us.
Oh, yeah. Give them the belts. They have earned it. Continuing their massive run of wins across regionals, across majors. This is one that was not only earned, but it was deserved.
Working very, very hard. Wait a damn minute. Hold up. Did we just give the belt away? Okay.
It's a team belt. It's a group effort.
Well, hey, give me the belt. I want a belt too.
A group effort because Toon, of course, also the Steve player, they have worked together to find themselves a victory.
Because at the end of the day, friends, it's the CEO. It stands for Community Effort Orlando. You are nothing without your community. So, of course, big shout out to all the love that we just seen up there on the big stage. That is how you spread the love.
What an excellent bracket we had. What an amazing time in Smash Ultimate. I have nothing left to put out there for you guys. I had just a phenomenal time with you, Rod.
Hey, as always, brother. We don't get to do this very often, but when we do, we got to do it in a major way, and hopefully we can get Kevin some more events out there. I'm going to do the shameless plug for my mans, okay? Any TOs out there, you need commentators, let's get it going, okay? Kevin is definitely on the grind, and I want to see more of him. And more importantly, friends, I want to see more of you guys in the Twitch chat and, of course, in the audience at these events. This has been CEO 2025. We will see you at 2026. Peace out and good night.